Jai Hind to all the SRPNs. Dear students, this is Shashank sir. Welcome to the online classes of SRPS once again. Here you go. Today we are going to learn about chapter 3rd, ruling the countryside. Here countryside means away from the cities. That's mean countryside or village. Uh, so let me show you the important notes which we are going to learn in this chapter. Well, dear students, as you can see, in this chapter we are going to learn about the East India Company received the rights of Diwan or Diwani for three provinces of Assam, Bengal, Bihar from the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II or Bahadur Shah Jafar after the Battle of Boxer in 1765. And after that, the rebellion that broke out in March 1859 when thousands of riots refused to grow indigo is called the Blue Rebellion. Those who worked for the planters were socially boycotted and planters were attacked by the cultivators. In this video, we are also going to learn about the need to improve agriculture and what company finally introduced permanent settlement in 1793. Regarding this settlement, uh, the Rajas and Talukdars were recognized as Zamindars. They are asked to collect a rent from the peasants and pay revenue to the company. The amount to be paid was fixed permanently. That is why it is called permanent settlement. But there are some problems regarding permanent settlement. That company officials soon discovered that Zamindars were in fact non-investing in the improvement of land. The revenue that had been fixed was so high that the Zamindars found it difficult to pay. At the same time, anyone who failed to pay the revenue lost the Zamindari. Numerous Zamindaris were sold off at auctions organized by the company. Well, let me show you some another point. A new system devised that is called Mohol. Here you go. I would like to show you some important keynotes like this Mohal. Mohal means in this case, in this regard, British in terms of British revenue system. That British records Mohol is a revenue state which may be a village or a group of villages. So Mohol, that means British revenue records Mohol is a revenue state which may be a village or in a group of a village. Okay. So all this I'd like to show you through an animation. Uh, Dear students, in this video I'm going to tell you about the revenue collection in Mughal times. Well, as we have already learned about the Mughal Empire and the revenue collection system, let me show you. They had a centralized revenue collection system. One third was produce was generally collected as tax in Mansudra system. A class of officials were responsible for revenue collection. The system of Ijara, farmers were appointed to collect tax. 1/10 of the tax could be kept by them, the exploited peasants, for their own benefits by the British. The effectiveness of the system declined as with the Mughal Empire. Revenue system under the British in Bengal. After receiving the Diwani of Bengal by British, they introduced a new revenue system. As you can see, Reza Khan collected the revenue on their behalf, but this system was discarded due to mismanagement. Now, East India Company decided to collect revenue directly. This led to great exploitation of the peasantry. Permanent settlement in 1793. A new revenue system called the permanent settlement was introduced by the governor Lord Cornwallis. By this system, Jamindar exploiting a peasant and was and the peasants became the tenants. The tax amount was fixed permanently. Rayatwari system. Between 1820 and 1827, the governor of the Madras Presidency, Thomas Munro, introduced a rayatwari system. The word "riot" means peasants. In this system, the percentage of tax was very high. The land was sold if the peasant could not pay the tax sometime. Mahalwari system. According to this system, the Mahal or the village state was responsible for the payment of revenue jointly. The revenue was collected by the heads of the families in the village. Effects of these systems. First, these systems weakened the peasants economically. Second, the peasants were exploited by zamindars and moneylenders. Third, introduction of zamindars lost the self-sufficiency of villages. Well, in this video, we are going to learn about company becomes the Diwan. As we have learned, the Mughal emperor appointed the East India Company as the Diwan of Bengal on 12th August 1765. As Diwan, the company becomes the chief financial administrator of the territory under its control. Though the company had become the Diwan, still saw itself primarily as a trader. They were keen in increasing revenues and buy fine cottons and silk cloth as cheaply as possible. Before in 1865, the company had purchased goods in India by importing gold and silver from Britain, and now the revenue collected in Bengal could finance them imports in goods from for export. Due to this, the Bengal economy was facing a deep crisis. What do you think could have been the changes in the life of common men in Bengal? Artisans were forced to sell their goods to the British since they are being forced to sell their goods at low prices to the British East India Company. Peasants were unable to pay the dues that were being demanded from them. Artisans' production declined and agricultural production showed signs of collapse. In 1770, thus, a terrible famine killed 10 million people in Bengal, and about one third of the population was backed out or swiped out. Could the company be certain of its revenue income during such crisis? The company officials began to feel the uncertainty and revenue, and hence the need for investment in land and agriculture was foreseen, and thus the system of a permanent settlement was introduced in 1793, which I have told you earlier. That's all for today. In the next video we will talk about why the demand of Indian indigo as well, and you could read plantation as a keynotes. Since Take care all of you, stay safe, keep learning as well. Thank you very much.